Now, what are the advantages of these GIEs? We've talked about a few of them as we've gone along here, but these are particularly useful when other methods are impractical or unethical. For example, when we're unable to do a randomized control trial, maybe because we can't actually randomize the assignment of a particular program. Maybe it's because the program, has a particular design to it that just doesn't fit. We can still go back and do GIEs in many cases. Typically, these are cheaper and faster to implement than these kind of randomized control trials because they don't often require primary data collection. So they don't require household surveys in every round to be carried out. We're relying on a lot of existing data to do this work. So that lets us do it cheaper and faster. As we've seen, this also lets us identify variation in the impacts over space and over time. And they can be conducted remotely and retrospectively. So a lot of this work is carried out without having to spend the amount of time in country and, again, the ability to do it retrospectively. And partly as a result of that, they also let us look at the long-run impacts of programs. So in many cases, we've been able to go back 5, 10, 15 years after a program has already been completed to look to see whether the impacts outlived the particular programs. This is a very different approach, I should say, to monitoring and evaluation, where often, the last measurement we might be getting is right at the end of our support for a program. So this is really opening up a whole series of new ways to can be applied both at the project scale as well as at the portfolio scale. Again, the standardization of the kind of data we're using, their availability over many locations and over many years lets us put together a whole portfolio scale view. And even while I'm describing some of these as advantages of GIE, I should say that this work is even more powerful when it's paired together with good qualitative work and or randomized trials. There's nothing about this that says this has to replace the existing evaluation work we're doing. In fact, it's often better when in tandem.